Hi, my name is Tim with TM Media, and in this video what I want to talk about is the actual communication that goes into your marketing material. Now, on a previous video we talked about what I call visual integrity, and basically what that is basically the overall presentation of your company to a client through your marketing material. So basically, what's your marketing material look like? Is it professional? Is it up to date? If you're a high-end software company, do you look like a high-end software company through your marketing material, or do you look like some local landscaper that's cutting grass? So that's what we talked about in that video, and you can view that on it's labeled "Is Your Marketing Collateral Up to Par?" On this video, what I want to talk about is the actual communication. So we have the marketing material. We've made it professional looking. We have a nice color scheme. It looks visually appealing. But now, what do you say in it? And this is where a lot of companies just let that go. They just don't even think about it, and it's kind of like a last-minute thing they add into the project, and it happens all the time. I'll get documentation. Word documentations emailing me and says, okay, yeah, just put this into the ad. And just a lot of companies don't even consider how they're communicating with the client and really how to slowly get them interested. Now, with all marketing material, I'm going to use direct mail as an example, but with all marketing material, this applies to, in a general sense, it applies to most marketing material. There are differences depending if it's a billboard compared to a direct mail. But let's use direct mail as an example. I get a lot of direct mails during the day, and I see tons of them. I have a few right in front of me here. One's got their logo smack dab right up at the top. Real estate ads I get all the time, and these are the best examples of what not to do. If you can imagine, close your eyes and imagine a real estate ad, you almost can see it. You have a person's face, the realtor's face on the top left, their logo on the top left, probably near their face, some information maybe, and we'll sell your house, and then their phone number. And that's basically, I guess that's supposed to motivate you to call them. Of course, it doesn't work, and there's just a lot better ways to go about communicating with your potential clients. Usually the first thing people want to know when you're presenting them with the, say, direct mail piece, they want to find out as soon as possible what you can do for them. And keep in mind that you got a split second to communicate with these clients, so you do have to keep things short and sweet, especially in a direct mail market. You got 2 seconds for that to be picked up, and then either that's going to be thrown in the trash, or it's going to be stuck on the counter for later use, or someone's going to call you. So you really need to think about getting your information over and communicating very effectively and quickly. So the first thing we like to do is we want to interrupt their day. We want to stop them in their tracks and say, hey, you got to listen to this, because this is important to you and your family or whatever it's related to. You want to get them to stop and pay attention to your piece. Next thing you want to do is you want to give them a little bit more information, not just dump a whole load of information on them. You just want to give them a little taste of what's to come. What are you going to talk about? And then the third step is usually that's when you get into more detail. So you interrupted them. You are now telling them, giving them a little preview of what I'm about to talk about, and then you're basically talking about your company and building a case for as to why they should use you. And then usually the fourth or fifth step is usually just getting them to motivate them to call you, and that can be done in several ways. So there's a lot more to it, but that's a general idea of how to communicate, an example of how you might want to communicate in a direct mail marketing piece. And that does have a general application to several different pieces, whether it's a brochure or other type of media kit, anything like that. But it just basically, this video is really meant to get you thinking of not only putting out professional looking material, but also thinking up a strategy on how you're going to communicate to your specific prospects and what their hot buttons are. What's going to get them to look at your piece, and what's going to get them to follow through whatever material you're throwing at them. So feel free, if you want to call us, or if you want to email us or contact us. Our website will be on the link here, and you can, if you have any more questions or a need for any of these services. And we'll have additional videos to follow as well with some more good information on this whole business. Thanks.